Let me turn this music down a little bit. I know y'all gonna be like, it's too loud. Turn it down. Oh man. All right. Me yelling while I'm turning down the music is probably not a great combo. But there we go. This should be a little bit lower. Now it should be a little bit easier to hear. Welcome in, everybody, to the Legacy Part 1 stream here. We're going to be talking about the latest here in Star Trek Fleet Command. And in my opinion, one of the best things to hit this game for all players, the spender, average player, whatever, because grind time's finally getting knocked down. But because we are, 25 hours into it, there's a lot of questions. There are a lot of how does it actually work? What can we do? When can we take advantage? Blah, 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 blah. What crews do we use? Well, I've actually already finished my dailies for my ex-borg. Hitting freebooters, used a certain crew. Did it in one ship with a ship, by the way, that's lower than my level. So I did all that just to see, okay, where are we working? We spent our stream yesterday going through a lot of different crews and practicing those crews. And yes, before you ask, I will have a video out that kind of covers this. Short answer is, if you're watching this video, the answer is Tau. If you have Tau, Tau could be the easiest way to go. But if you're not going out and purchase Tau, which is completely fine, I did mine with my Tier 3. This is a very baby ship, Tier 3 Katinga. So Tier 3 Katinga, I'm a level 46. I used a 42 uncommon, Tier 3, with said crew right here to get my dailies done. Now, these ships do punch way harder than your regular hostiles. But that's okay. That's okay, because of how it actually ends up working out and how you actually can use this as a tool to do everything. So a shout out to Ordrin. Ordrin is one of our spenders who has actually already gone through the process. They actually bought the pack so they can see exactly how it works. One of the people that goes through and does that. So we love it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So like Art says, several ships versus the freebooter. This is BS. Art or ATX is probably just not using the right crew. It's all about crewing. If you throw PMC at it, if you go throw Pipe and Roach in at it, you're probably going to lose and you're going to be pissed. It's all about crewing. And what it honestly is very similar to is how high levels used to have to crew before the Strange New World came out, which is combining criticals with hull breach, which is a PvP strategy for a lot of you, and taking that into hostile grinding. But it is definitely doable. Taus make it into easy mode if you go and grab Tau, but if you don't have Tau, it is still extremely doable. And then here is a log for me right here. This is, as you can see, my Katinga taking 3 to 5% damage, and these are going to go between 14 and 16 rounds. 14 rounds is what I'm currently at. The less rounds, the better. And run this right here. And this is me having Strange New World Ortegas, Gorkon 5. You could also do, or Gorkon Khan, I'm sorry. You could also do 5, Gorkon Khan. But this is, again, this is me hitting the freebooters of my level range with a ship weaker. It's all based around ships and understanding why these things are so big and beefy. But we've already got every player that I've worked with so far, 38 to 39, completing these tasks. So it's definitely doable. Today is a good day to die. Thank you for supporting the channel, signing up to be an ensign, not just a cadet. You wanna stand out a little bit, and I appreciate that. So huge thank you to you. But yeah, if y'all are here, come in and start bringing in the questions and thoughts. I'm here for it. Steve says that should work on a tier 2 pilot. It most certainly would. In fact, I have a tier 2 pilot myself. I am as well a man of culture. Yeah, it's here's my pilot. It is right here. It would do just as well as my tier 3 Katinga would be doing. So as we go through these new hostiles, and let me go ahead and collect, the dailies are the key here. These are 2 new dailies that, while themselves don't pay out a ton, they, once you've completed the research and everything, will allow you to do everything at once. Swarms, Federation, Klingon, Romulan, whichever ones of the research you choose to start doing. And it's going to be a little bit of a process. I will say, remember, this is built around daily resets. So you have to wait for your daily resets to happen. If you go and do one of those researches right now, if you go do a research right now for ex-borg, You will not immediately start having those register. You will need to wait until reset. But if I were to get Romulan sweep right now, that means when I did it tonight, after reset, my freebooters would then count for my Romulans. So it is all about setting yourself up for success and understanding when these successes are going to activate. So Adam says I'm hitting 50s with my Pilum, only 3 though, then 4 48s, need to make 2 trips. Okay, Adam, what cruise are you using? Out of curiosity. That's level 30, what should I do now? Commander Graves? Honestly, I'd say go to 35. There's almost nothing in the low 30s. Just a whole bunch of research and time. So why do you have to wait till reset? Because they're tied to the resets, Steven. It's simple. These are dailies. It cannot change the daily that you've already activated. So you will wait till the reset happens to get a new daily spawn, and the new daily will then count with the new research. Think of it like an on-off switch. But once that switch has already been flipped, it's not going to on off. Turn the dailies off, flip the switch, turn them back on. There you go. Similar to how exocomps require your ships to dock. Correct. Yeah, everything is secretly a research. Everything in the world is secretly a research. Now, I've got these right here, the ISO emulsion, and I do want to point out, for those that haven't noticed, you can do these and move here, but the Romulan, Klingon, and Federation sweeps, these are the ones that a lot of people are going to want to help save them some grind time every day. So the swarm helps saving grind time too. There's a lot of efficiency and time saving in this research tree, but you only need rep for these. So you don't actually have to do this part of the research tree if you don't want to. I'm not telling you to not, but if you want to get to those researches, you could wait until you get your 1250 rep and then go into the sweeps. So if we back out real quick and we go to the new faction right here with our fancy little buttons and come on down, you see I'm currently at 300 after just completing my daily, which means I would probably, another 4 days before I hit what I need. Now, in the meantime, you could choose to go after one of these options, which is based on the tier of that individual specialty ship. And this is made to make that grind a little bit easier. Personal recommendation, if you're listening to Rev, personal recommendation is invest everything into the research first and then come take advantage of these. So for example, you see my max Meridian reward is this, which means I could turn this in every day. Once I've done my research, don't worry about it as much anymore. I can turn this in every day, which will almost cover my triple pulls. Or I could come into my Stella and I could pull this every day, which instead of maxing out my Stella, I could just grab 16,000 particles a day. It's obviously more advantageous to max out my Stella, but you can get these as like an extra bonus. My tier 5 Mantis, I could actually come in here every day, and that would be my Syndicate XP right there. So all of these are a great way to just save you a little bit of time in the day. Because if I come through with the Mantis and I do this, while I'm doing this, I'm not grinding Mantis that day, right? I'm going after my Venom, I'm not grinding Mantis that day. If I do my Botany Bay, which I would never do this because I just throw my Botany Bay out there, but if you're a lower level player, maybe you actually need to grab this real quick. That helps you get more transporter patterns. You know, my Defiant, which is almost tier 7, I can grab some antimatter units. And all of these things can benefit your gameplay in a way that ends up saving you a lot of time. Roman says, is there a limit on level daily this applies to? I'm 1 bill locked with ROM, so I need to kill 49s and 50s. Would it apply towards that? There is no lock, Laromi. It is meant to scale for regular folks and not so regular folks. High levels, low levels, mid levels. And there are hostiles comparable to just about everything in the new Freebooter systems. So we've got the 58s, which goes up to basically 60s, and I'm doing the 45s, which have 48s in there and everything else. And you can actually click and see what type of hostiles, of course, if you do this button. You see I've got level 45 through 48 hostiles right here of Interceptor, Explorer, and Battleship quality. Now, I will go ahead and say this is the 58 one ordered way back here, Warp 160. I don't actually, my Pilum can actually reach that if I wanted to. So let me swap over to my Pilum. Yes, there will be no crew on this. Please don't shame me, but just so y'all can see what's inside the system. But you can see the level ranges and the hostiles. There is a slight advantage to using the battle triangle here in terms of mitigation. For me, I've been using the Katinga versus the Explorers because it doesn't really matter what you're hitting in terms of like, you're not doing this to hit a miner for rep, right? Now, you will get certain broken ship parts, which I will say they do have a decent amount of broken ship parts on them. But, and these have a regular PvE chest, which is going to be, hey, well, oh, okay. Curious. I actually haven't explored the chest yet. That actually makes me curious. Are they all mega chests just on ship parts? Okay, where's 14 Latinum? All right. I was just curious. Let me see what this chest is. Just out of curiosity, y'all. So, more ship parts. All right. I mean, all right. I'll take as many broken parts turned into real parts I can get. Now, I see somebody asking about the calendar real quick. I will pull this up. There is a website for that. There is a website /graphics /etc. for everything in this game because we have an amazing community. For those that are unaware, we have an amazing community around here that does a lot of cool things. So let me transition real quick. This is STFC.ovh. This is a tool that we have referenced before. This is created by a variant from server 162. Now, there are a couple of graphics being made as well that I think that are kind of hanging around out there. If y'all want to go to the graphics version in terms of like you just want like a JPEG. But if y'all want to check out the calendar, this is a site that we use for the dailies. You see the dailies are here as well. You can figure out what dailies are happening. But beyond that, there's also a new tab for the arc where he has all of the arc listed in terms of what all the current known events are. Remember, Scopely does make this, subject to change. But there you go if you want to check out the calendar. And of course, you can always find it out on our Discord. I say it all the time. People are like, Rav, we can't find anything on your Discord. It's all right. Just ask for help and we'll gladly direct you to where you need to be. Okay? Hopefully that helps. I'm on Paradigm Server 43 with you and have managed to get my pylon recently. Patiently waiting your pylon video. So Ryan, just to give you a heads up, my pylon video is probably not coming out for 2-ish weeks. There's a lot of new content here. Like today, I'm making a video. I mean, and there are things that have happened that I still don't think they've announced in Star Trek Fleet Command. They did a good change yesterday. I know, shocking. There's a good Scopely improvement to 2 officers, right? But it wasn't announced. Thankfully, Rev Deuce announced it, and that is that they have improved both Strike Team Wayun and Strike Team Gul Dukat. They've improved their captain's abilities to make them a little bit more on par with Strike Team Battleship. It's not a drastic change, but they did improve both of those cards. For whatever reason, that didn't get announced. But I will talk about that in my video as well. Just kind of briefly mention it. But they did finally update in the patch notes, Andy, I think. But it wasn't in there before. So I'm glad that they added. But yeah, we got a lot of content to make. So anyway, all that to say that the pylon video will come out, but I don't have it coming out in like the next week or so. So he says, any word from Scopely about adding a new FKR daily that needs 21 hostiles that feeds to the 7-day faction redemption? No. No word. Ex-borg store would be nice for level 28. It sure would, but it's not for level 28. 38 plus. And before anybody lower than that level asks, no, there are no plans that I'm aware of to lower it. It's specifically made for 38 plus. So, did we get an update about the possible reduction in Battle Pass reward payouts, especially on common mats? They did say that that was an issue, and I think that they're going to send a message to the players individually about it. Not a message, but I think they're going to do a comp. I'll have to double check that. That was part of the slew of things going on yesterday, which, by the way, props to Scopely. Yesterday, one of the smoothest rollouts we've had in a while, right? Very smooth rollout. Ordrin, because you asked, here are your 58 freebooters right here in this Tuxtabelle. Tuxtabelle. It's an Italian system. Yes, it's an Italian. A Tuxtabelle. It gets even more aggressive with a bad accent the more you say it. So here you go if you want to check out the 58s, 59s. I think it just has 58s, 59s in here. I don't think the 60s are in here. But I don't think there are 60s, honestly. Yeah, 58s, 59s. And then you got this 55 system down here. And then, oh, there's the 60. Bam. Right there. So I'm going to recall this before somebody comes and pops it. There we go. There we go. What changed with the captain's ability for Gold Dakota and Wei Yun? My Dakota tier 1 still showing 20% chance to apply a hull breach for 3 rounds. Well, that actually is the change, Graduated. Previously, Gold Dakota was a 20% chance, no synergy, of creating hull breach at the start of combat, and that was it. So he either created it or he did not. With full synergy, it was a 100% chance at the start of combat. Now, he has a 20% chance to start it for 3 rounds, as in he has a chance to start it multiple times throughout a fight. So it's gotten better. That way, if it didn't happen at the beginning of the fight, it never would have happened. Now it has multiple chances to pop out. Wei Yun got a similar change. Wei Yun used to only last for 8 rounds total. So like his morale activated, it was for 8 rounds. Now, he can activate and he'll last multiple rounds, but he can reproc. So both of these officers got a minor boost, and that helps make them more comparable and better compared to the other strike team officers, or the battleship strike team, really. No, there's still no change for strike team Una being so incredibly strong, but this does make them better. Does make them better. So, is there any research for fighting the freebooters? I can handle the 40s on a Terry Dog or PMC. Jack, you should not be using Pipe Moro Chin. Again, this is why I'll have to make a video about it. But Pipe Moro Chin is not the meta. Don't use Pipe Moro Chin. The meta, or one of the easiest routes you can go, especially, and I'm going to focus on free-to-play players or players who are light spinners, because not everybody has something like Tau, but use this. Use your ship-appropriate Strange New World officer as captain. So for this example, this would be Strange New World Ortegas, which is giving me the big boost to my mitigation, but also a captain's ability, which is increasing my crit hit chance. I'm trying to get those crits quick as possible. And then I'm using hull breach. I'm going max damage build with mitigation. It's a little bit different than how we would normally run. Part of that, though, is because of how the freebooters are designed. So if we go take a look at a freebooter, let's actually stop our pylon because I need to show y'all one of these freebooters. I'll do you a scan real quick. One thing, they have massive hull health. Massive hull health. And while they don't have a ton of damage, they also have super high piercing abilities. If you notice, on each little freebooter, you scan it, you'll notice a couple things. Now, this is a really easy one, but notice this little icon above my head. You think you can see it above my head? Yeah, right here. This little icon, ship ability. Freebooters give a buff of 1500% to all their piercing stats. So these things are made to essentially counter PMC. If you use another crew, you're going to have a heck of a lot more success. And you love the ship model? The ship model is they took the Bounty Hunter from Augment Space and gave it a Borg look, and it looks freaking sweet. I really would love to have this. Really would love to have this. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Let me go in here and update this. I did get my turn-ins today. Get my officer stats updated, my research bonus updated. Woohoo. Yay, free stuff. All these buildings to upgrade and grind. So many buildings. Also, the mess hall location is really peculiar. Like, how's the mess hall randomly here in the ocean next to the operation? Shouldn't it be over here by the academy or something? But why is this building just free floating in the water? Do you have to transport over there? How's that work? Is there an underwater tunnel? Because at least this one has a road, right? It's a very congested road. It's got to be super busy. But at least there's ways to it. This one, you just transport. You got to drop off with a shuttle. Sorry. I should stop using logic when talking about Scopely. I should stop using logic when talking about Scopely. All right. Back out to the system view. So anyway, the video that I'll do today is we'll do this live stream. We'll answer as many questions as possible. And then I'll do a video talking about fighting the freebooters and going through a basic how they work. Ray says we'll have to figure out what works and what doesn't. Ray, that's why you got Rev. I just told you it works. You don't have to have Tau. I just told you it works. Told you. Asked about the CC. They said people have to transport there for security reasons. Did you really, Grant? Nice. I didn't see the new dailies for freebooters last night after reset. Do I have to do something to unlock them? Have you unlocked have you done the mission for the faction? Hey, Barfin's still around. What's up, Barfin? Did you do the mission for the new faction? Have you unlocked the freebooter faction? You're doing video on the new house. Simon, I just said that. Did you come in like 30 seconds ago? I literally just said that. Today, I'll do a video after the stream where we cover that. I'll go over the basics. Hold on, let me answer. I got pinged by a janitor real quick. Sorry, I had to talk to a janitor. All right. Are you doing a video on the new hostiles accruing? Yes. Does your red attention marks work on the refinery? You mean my pips? Are you asking if my pips work? Honestly, I've been a very, very common hater of the pips, so I don't really ever pay attention to them. No, they're actually not currently registering like outside of my screen. They're not. But I will go ahead and tell you that I don't really pay attention to that because I hate the pips. And I was one of the loud, angry mob voices who was like, yeah, get rid of all the pips. Like, make them show up less often. It drove my OCD crazy. But I do think that it needs to work. Like, log in. You log in for the first time today. You see the pips. You go look at it. And then they go away all day. But that's right now, they're not even working at all for me. What I can tell. Because I never noticed them. Dang it. I forgot to go do Borg solos last night. I need to do Borg solos because Rev is super duper close, super close to getting Borg Q. I'm 5 shards away. So, what's the Tau crew? Tau would be several different variations that you can run, but Beverly Crusher, Giorgio Tau, or Beverly Crusher, Nero Tau, and some people would even run Pike, Giorgio Tau, but burning and Tau is really the thing. You hate the new layout for the gift chest? Oh, Brigadier, personally, I love the new gift chest layout. So there's always going to be, kind of varied opinions on that. And there's no right or wrong. I love the new gift chest layout. It is so much better for me, personally. But that's just me. And I'm not the end-all be-all, right? Like, Rev's not everything in the world. I know you love watching the channel, and I appreciate it. But I realize I'm not the end-all be-all to this game. So I'm going to get enough to, I think, run 3 of those tonight. And then hopefully running 3... I get my chest, and I'm going to full pull or get all 3 chests and hopefully get 5 hue shards. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Probably not, but fingers crossed. My starbase just got used by Space Greenpeace for destroying wetlands. All right, Walter, you need to make comments that are actually useful, or else I'm going to read them and waste time when I could be reading somebody else's comment. Which crew you're using without Tau? Eric, again, I'll have a video out later today. Basically, as soon as I finish this live stream, which is about an hour from now, we'll then make the video for this. But here's the crew, and you would then use the officer comparable to whatever type you're using. So if you don't have Strange New World or Ortegas, you can use Beverly instead. You can use 5 instead. But if you have the Strange New World officer, you would use a Strange New World officer, apply it to your ship. So if you're an explorer, use the explorer one. If you're in a battleship, use the battleship one. If you're an interceptor, use the interceptor one. And then you're going to fight along the triangle and then run Khan Gorkon. Everybody in the game that's level 38 plus better have at least 2 of these cards. If y'all don't, well, then don't complain about Scopely releasing content because you were rushed as heck. But there you go. There you go. But I will have that video out today. I have to clone myself. It seems that way. But you know what? I don't mind it. I love this community. This game is amazing. I mean, this game is super supportive. Y'all are amazing. And just to remind y'all, because I'm harping on how amazing y'all are, if you do want to help out, you can donate to the channel. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. That's how content creators like myself are able to do what we do. So it's appreciated if you would do it. Thank you. Roman says, I've run Gorkon, Kurlakon. It works for the level I hit and I'm lazy to change it out. That's cool. Kurla's fine. Kurla's just not great. Right? Kurla works fine, though. Kurla is a small increase to, it depends on what ship you're in, but to your kinetic critical hit damage. Not everybody's going to be running. Like, that would be pointless on an Enterprise, right? Kurla's not going to do anything for you on an Enterprise except give you synergy to Gorkon. But that doesn't make it bad. It just doesn't work as well. Can you explain the new research and how it helps the grind? Oh, yeah, easily, Austin. Sure. So let's go in here, hit our F1 button. I'm on the PC and I haven't messed with any type of presets. So go into here. First one is Swarm Sweep. Completing this research will allow you to complete your swarms when you hit freebooters. So you'll actually get 10, it'll basically count as 10 kills to every 1 freebooter hostile once you complete this research. Same thing with Romulans. Same thing with Federation and Klingon. So If you completed, say, all 4 of these, that means if you went and hit 1 hostile, it now counts for 4 different dailies. Technically 5 dailies, because it would count for your Freebooter dailies as well. So this is very much that idea of the mastery system that Eco was talking about last year. You master certain things in terms of, like, if you go into the faction, you get your stuff maxed up and you're turning things in to with Freebooter loot instead of actually going and doing those grinds. But that's another thing. But you keep on going here, and then you have even better things like the Mantis Refinery payouts getting boosted, mining boost for different ships. But come over here to your enhanced warp, giving you speed boost. Your Borg refinery way down here, increasing the nano probes refinery payout. You'll need a lot of rep points for this one, but that's helping. Then you got your hull boost here at the very end, your damage attrition, your rogue research, venom spike, which is increasing base, Actian venom loot drops from hostiles. I mean, the big ones though are going to be these, the sweeps. All the sweeps will make it to where those dailies are being completed by hitting 1 hostile. And then we come into the actual faction itself. And inside that faction, you're going to find all these options for your specialty ships. And if you've got a, Defiant tier 5, well, you can save a little bit of your grind that day by turning in your daily currency you're going to get from your freebooters right here and going in for the efficiencies there. If you have a maxed option, for example, my Meridian's maxed, a max Meridian gives me this much for a daily, less than a daily amount of freebooter grinding. So as we go through this, as you can see, lots of value in terms of speeding up your gameplay and reducing the amount of grind with also choice involved. Not only does it reduce the amount of grind between Swarms and Federation, but can also reduce the amount of grind of Mantis that you do, of Stella that you do, of Talios that you do, because you have these optional turn-ins. Now, it won't help you with the rep grind, right? Like if you still need to go, get 200 million rep points, well, you're going to go destroy those faction hostiles. But this is speeding up a lot of your daily stuff. And I will stress this point. I strongly recommend go through the research tree first, because you will use the same ex-borg credits for both. So if you blow your ex-borg credits on Stella, which is fine, it's your choice, you can't use that on the research. So get the researches you want and then go through the fun part of using all the cool stuff. So. All right, because of the new faction, should I stop my camp at 35 and jump to 38? Personally, Matt, I would say no, because there are a lot of things that you want to have completed. Where are your ships at? Do you have all the specialty ships? Where are your officers at? Look, don't get me wrong. The ex-borg faction is extremely useful. But at the same time, don't rush up there because, for example, what if you don't have your con tier 4, tier 5? What if you don't even have your Gorkon really high? So you can't even use the crews that I'm recommending to you. What if you're speeding up and you haven't unlocked the Strange New World crew? What if you don't have Beverly? And sadly, Gabe, you can't give away a mug on this stream, but hey, how you doing, man? There's a lot of things you just want to complete. And I will admit, this content is very tempting to want to rush up to, but you need to make sure that your account is ready, right? Because you can't just go knock a freebooter down like you would a regular trader. The freebooters punch a lot harder. And technically that's not true because they're not actually stronger when it comes to DPR. You see their damage per round is not that big. A 35 million ship only doing 900,000 per round is not a lot. But the thing is they have a butt ton of hull health. Like look at my tier 3 Katinga versus the freebooter. It's got 3 times as much hull health. So they're designed to last a long time. Plus they have this ship ability that makes their piercing stats stupid high, which is another reason we're talking about using the triangle. So you need to have your ships where they really should be. Like, don't go up to 38 with a tier 1 Enterprise and be like, damn it, I can't beat the freebooters, because you're probably gonna be frustrated. So I'm not saying don't go up, but I'm saying go up if you are ready to go up, and then just go all the way to 39 and sit there for a while and play catch up for all this stuff the game has thrown at you. Where do we gain ex-borg reputation? Byron, you gain ex-borg reputation by completing the dailies. I actually already collected them today, so you don't see them. But completing the dailies, there are 2 brand new dailies that are available. And by the way, if one of the mods or somebody could grab that clip from this channel, I forgot to do that because I do need that for today's video. But yeah. Whew. The ex-borg storage is useful if you're past the content, but not if you're just starting it. And correct, it's not supposed to be a replacement, Eli, for if you're just starting the content, right? You know, especially new content. It's not here to take your brand new content of the Talios and say, oh, well, we came out with that new content last month, but now it doesn't matter. It's meant to augment and help that, right? And the research definitely helps out. And the research that saves you from doing other grinds means that you can focus more. And I know you're not saying that, Eli. It just helps you focus more on the new content, right? One of the things that even I run into is, well, I don't do my Bajoran every day and I don't do my Talios every day because I've got so many other things to do, right? We say this all the time. Well, now I'm going to be able to do my Federation dailies and my Swarm dailies and my Freebooter dailies all in one. And then that frees me up the time to actually go out. And the biggest thing that I think can get lost is people might say, oh, well, it doesn't take me that long to do Federation. Am I really saving time? Just from the warp times you're saving, you're going to save 20 minutes doing these research. Because that's another aspect that I have to deal with is if I want to go grind swarms, which I'm going to go send my ship out right now. If I'm in territory space or I'm in low independent space, if I'm not in deep space already, 13 minutes. That's how long it's going to take my Franklin A to get to the 46s I need to hit. 13 minutes. Yikes. But once I have that research from the Freebooter, I won't have that 13-minute flight time, which is 26 minutes if you multiply by 2 because math is fun. So just from that, I basically saved 30 minutes of my day just by doing the ex-borg research. So I'm really excited about this. Now, the one drawback that you might talk about is, well, if I do that, then I won't be able to get the loot from these. I do want to point out that the loot from swarms is trash. Like, you don't really farm swarms for the loot because the main loot that you get from swarms comes from actually completing the dailies. Like if I come down to this one, you see I get 72.7 thousand frequency modulators by completing that daily. So, and just to point out that as Fenris says, if you do the warp research for the new daily or the new ex-borg warp research, that's going to make these grinds even less if you're still wanting to do those grinds. So yeah, lots of crazy stuff that has gotten added. This month is, in a lot of ways, everything players have been asking for. Is it perfect? Hey, I'm not going to be here 25 hours after a launch and be just like saying Scopely did everything perfect, because there's always going to be something. But in terms of does this greatly benefit a lot of players, it does. And it's definitely going to benefit players that work their way up there. Now, Brett says, will that work on Swarm Sunday? I'm pretty sure it will not work on Swarm Sunday. You will still need to kill 75 swarms that day. I don't think this is going to affect events. It's only going to affect dailies and stuff. But I don't think that devalues it. It's still pretty dope. So, Adam says major reduction in repair costs. This is also true. Also, you're saving on repair. You're just saving a lot, right? It's multifaceted, and that's a good thing. The multifaceted approach of how this is improved is a good thing. I don't have any away teams going right now. I'm complete noobing it up. We go start some away teams. So much research. Just need a free-to-play second research queue. Not happening, Matt. Just like most games. Extra builders, extra researchers are going to be cheap options you buy. I will say that I like how Scopely did it because there are many games I've played that spending $5 will get you a second builder for a week. If you spend the $25 to get the second builder and the second researcher, you got them for the rest of your account. So, got them for the rest of your account. All right. Woody says, just unlock my Vidar. It's only level 5 and I have 789 crew on it, but it's only able to kill 15 level 25. So what can I do to get that better? It's just slow going until I tear it up. Basically slow going until you tear it up, Woody. If you have Pipe Road Chin will work against the 25s better than 789 would. Probably. But again, I don't know what your Pipe Moreau Chin's at. Maybe your Moreau's tier 1. Maybe you don't even have Pike. Right? You'd like a different other free-to-play path to get XP rep? So what's wrong with the daily? Graduate K, because that's pretty free to play. It's pretty free to play. Is Clash of Clans or STFC better? Having played both, And having played both for equal years, I prefer Star Trek Fleet Command. But that's a personal preference thing, right? Somebody in chat could love Clash of Clans more. That's not wrong or right. But having played both for 4+ years, like I played Clash of Clans the first 4 years it was out, very diehard. Like I was in, for anybody that's a Clash of Clans veterans, if you remember the Quantum Alliance, Quantum Wars, and that Quantum family, that's who I played with the first 4 or 5 years of the game. Most of you probably have no idea who that is. That was one of the top like rating war alliances back when the war mechanic actually got introduced and everything. That was a big thing for me. But now Star Trek's my main mobile game. But yeah. You think Bev will be used for Freebooter hostiles? Can be, Fenris, yeah. Yeah. Since the release of Tau and the ease of killing Fortnite Apex, is there any chance of seeing an oopsie chest from Scopely for the broken hostiles for 3 months? I mean, maybe. I don't know. All we can do is we've asked for 6 months, man. At this point, I'm pretty sure Scope was like, you're not getting a comm check. So, since we have a new Picard, are we going to be able to source the other one better? Probably not. So, probably not. Shout out to Crazy. He runs server 24. Dang, he's a dictator. He's a dictator on server 24. Nice. Very nice. Does the Defiant buffs work against the Borg solos? It does. It does, Steven. If you buff a ship in Borg solos, that buff with the Defiant does work. Which I've got to prep my stuff because I've actually got to do those today. Y'all don't let me forget. After this stream, I've got to do the video for today talking about the new Freebooter hostiles, giving people a basic how-to. And I've also got to do some Borg solos. So to celebrate International Women's Day, my challenge for you is to complete everything on stream today, only using women captains or crews. So Lee, I love the passion for International Women's Day, but no, simply because there's some things that I can't do with only women crews. Like there's no all-female crew I can use to effectively take down freebooters. I don't have one. If I had a female crew member that launched hull breach, I could maybe wiggle around to make it work. But I don't have one of those. So, yeah, it's a cool idea though. But how about we just say, we love women here. Women are awesome. So, I was working hard on my station yesterday and managed to get Stamets. Would I automatically get the Mantis after I get shipyards? Level 33, or is it something else I need to do? What does Stamets have to do with the Mantis? I don't understand what that has to do with one another. The Mantis is only sourced right now through incursions, event stores, and stuff. It's not easily sourced. So the celebration of Women's Day, we need a chicken dance on YouTube. Never happening. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm retiring the chicken dance. I'm getting kind of sick of the chicken dance. It's been a year and a half of it. We need to find something new. The easy way to grind the Defiant? The faction store is the only way to grind the Defiant. The Bajoran faction store is the only way to grind the Defiant. I need to go. Have we already done this turn in? Did we do our territory turn in? Have we done our territory turn in? I haven't decided, Brian. I haven't decided. We can do our turn-ins here. Yeah, 1 BP a day, Eric. It's a grind for it, but at the same time, it's a great ship. Upside down twerking on the wall instead. Nailed it. How come we didn't do this earlier? Oh, I got to ask a question. That's why. Again, Looney, I haven't decided for sure, but that's also why, like, when you log into the Twitch stream, the chicken dance isn't waiting there for you at 200 biddies. And it hasn't been for a while. So, is the Prime G4 parts a good investment? Honest answer, yes, it is. It's up to you to decide whether you want to spend that money, but I mean, it truly is a good investment. It really is. Azabur's whole breach is trash, man. Really not good. It's really not good. Kelvin or Valdor, up to you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Any update on when the Starbase deploy issue will be fixed? Honestly, don't have one, John. Like, I passed up multiple tickets for that from several different servers, and I've got no ETA on that. I haven't heard back. You can try to remind me later, and I can keep trying to bug them, but I've got nothing. Hell, I would have told you if I did. So. Still a little miffed. Beck wouldn't do the Welcome to My Plants merch. I resisted putting it in the comments of a release notes video. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Need help with my grind. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Just unlocked 511, but every time I crew with her, I get worse results. Well, you shouldn't be using her for grinding. She's not for hostile grinding. She's not for hostile grinding. Valdor or Kelvin get both. I mean, I've got the Valdor and the Katinga. It just really comes down to how high you want to take them. But individually, it doesn't really matter because as you get to that point in the game, the 40s and the 50s, research and officers are really all that start to matter. So, it's a button. Vorcha or Northcut? Vorcha, because the Klingons are always better than the Federation. The Federation is trash, and Klingons are amazing. Federation is a lie. They're insidious. They're actually evil. We love the Klingons. Do you work with the other creators at STFC? But the other content creators? Yeah. Yeah. I think 142 ship is all you need. Get the 246s out of Interceptor and Battleship. I mean, that's cool, John. Do what you want to do. I like having 2 uncommons. And I will probably end up with 2 rares. And I probably might even end up with 2 epics. Who knows? So, exactly all the time. Like root beer. You know, it's I think, and I will say this, I'm getting stronger in how I say this because more and more people are coming to me telling me that they appreciate it. Leveling up in Star Trek Fleet Command is pointless. Don't level up for the sake of leveling up. If you're like, hey, should I level up or should I get a second ship? Get a second ship. Focus on what's fun in the game. Focus on what's fun in the game. And if making and getting another ship would make you happy and would be more fun than adding grind, because if you level up, remember, the higher level you go, the more the game twists that arm trying to get you to spin. And I want people to spin because they want to, because they're loving the game, than because they have to. Take your time. So I am taking my time. I'm 46 now. Now, granted, it took me the same amount of time to get from 39 to 46 as how long I sat at 39. But again, that just becomes down to how the economy's changed, what's improved, and just what I like in the game, right? And I love having my Valdor, now Pilot, and Katinga. I love it. Absolutely love it. What is the best combo of these officers to do PvP and base cracking? Dude, I'm sorry, Queen. I'm not going to read through all your officers on stream, but if you want to hit me up on Discord, I can try to help you out. But I'll be honest, all your tier 1 officers are trash. And that's the state of like how the game is. Most tier 1 officers are worthless. Hit me up on Discord and we can try to go through your crews. I'm not going to try to do that when I've got 500 people I'm trying to answer questions. But I'm more than happy to help you one-on-one. I'm more than happy to help you one-on-one. Almost have your Corvus? Hell yeah, Space Lord. Congratulations. Well, granted, you can't build it for 4 levels, but having all the BPs would be huge. Be huge. Oh, I got to turn my dailies on. That's one thing I sometimes forget, is to go turn these dailies on. Why is Chin better than Talon versus PMC versus PMT? James? Is that a serious question? One reduces 96% of damage, one doesn't. Are you talking about versus specific hostile, or like, why are you trying to figure out PMC versus PMT? Are you fighting a particular hostile? Strange New World Spock go on the Enterprise now? Technically, Strange New World Spock would go on the Enterprise. Yes. Yes, I guess I should make that a thing in my video when I make it. Strange New World Spock would go on the Enterprise. Speaking of things to do today, Jelly Brawl is something that needs to get done today. I do love that we have 2 Jelly Brawls this month. And that is actually in the calendar for those that didn't see the calendar. Both Jelly Brawls are listed. We have the first one today, and our next Jelly Brawl is on the 22nd. 22nd. So we got a Jelly Brawl today, and then 2 weeks from today, we have another Jelly Brawl. 2 weeks from today. So that means 1 week from today, we should have Parabellum. So the 15th, yep, Parabellum. We got 15th is Parabellum, 22nd is the next ISS Jelly Brawl. Love it when we have calendars. It's super useful. You found PMT is best for swarms? You're right, because swarms use kinetics. Interceptors. We're going to use kinetic weapons. So Pipe Road Talon is going to be better versus swarms. Chin is for energy weapons. Would you max Gorkon or Kelvin Kirk first? Gorkon. Gorkon. Is there a point you should stop tearing up the Mantis? The Mantis is annoying because unlike the ex-borg faction, it's less efficient as you invest more into it. So I've kind of stopped at tier 5. What tier does Cath replace Talon? Tier 4, Leonard. Tier 4 Cath is better than a tier 5 Talon. Tier 4. Get these swarms in. And see, I won't have to do this when I finally get my research done for this new Borg faction. Are there more hostile ships with energy than kinetic? Yeah. Traders, explorers, and battleships tend to have more. Well, most will have only energy weapons. Battleships have both energy and kinetic. Explorers use energy weapons, and traders use energy weapons, with a few trader exceptions. For some traders that use both. So, I do like this arc. Expands the hostile hunting crew meta for a lot of people. That used to be the only 50 plus thing. I don't know if I like that, Kyle, or dislike it. I'm kind of indifferent, but it's more crews to remember. But at the same time, I guess that's not a bad thing because it doesn't make Pipe Road Chin useless. But it's clear the game wants people to use more than just Pipe Road Chin. And I can respect that. I can't really say anything negative about that. Ooh. Oh, man, that one's a good one. Especially since I'm about to be doing my, actually, I'm going to go turn one of those exo comps on now that I just thought about it. About to be doing my Pylum upgrades here soon. Get that research in. That'd be a galaxy, a station research. Research, speed. Oh, we got a big one. There we go. Multi-purpose. Let's see if we can do another. Whoop, I actually just passed it. There we go. 125% bonus. So what was that research we just looked at, y'all? Was it 152 days? Now it's 123 days. Yay, savings. Click. That's going to give me another 6% savings on the materials that I will have when I'm going and upgrading my Pylum. So there you have it. There you have it. All right, let's go and, now that I got those exos activated, I should probably, I don't know if I have the speed ups to really do too many others, but I will speed up a few more different researches just so I don't waste those exo comps. And shattering blow, let's just do this once and see if I can find anything to invest in. I got any away teams I can do? I have a couple. Got the Romulan Shields Max. That's always useful. And don't have enough for these. 154,000 lat is nothing. I'm a lat broke right now. 154,000 lat. I feel super poor in terms of lat. I feel super lat poor at the moment. Let's see. That is for PvP. Against Romulan player ships. That'd be good for fighting other Pylums. Do this to help our bold defense a little bit. What happened to that 2 million lat? Actually, it was over 4 million latinum. And latinum was used to help speed up the process of procuring the Pylum. So a lot of my latinum went bye-bye. Stranger World Pike, Stranger World Spock, and Chin with Q below decks works great on interceptors and 45 and down. If you were using Talon or Cath instead of Chin, you'd do even better, Sean, if you're fighting interceptors. Oh, yeah, no, it'd still do better. Let me check the interceptor firing pattern for the freebooters. Pretty sure it's still, because the interceptor battleship uses, it's got a ton of shots. Freebooter. Freebooters. And let's just do, whoops. Turn that off. And let's just pick Freebooter Interceptor. Let's pick the 45. And it is, well, okay. You actually, so it actually fires 9 energy shots around each round and only 3 kinetic. That's a surprising interceptor firing pattern. This is my first time looking at the interceptor firing pattern. The interceptor firing pattern is actually very surprising. It is mostly energy based. They've really they went out of their way to change the hostile grinding meta with these freebooters. That has really changed things. That is wild. Now let's see how much damage those weapons do. Yeah, honestly, wow, that's surprising. That is very surprising, actually. Wow. All right. Yeah, I expected the interceptors to be different than the other freebooters. I really did. So then it would probably be more based on, you know, going after maybe piercing values. Now, I will say this, because Stuart says all freebooters are the same, but that's not true, because the battleship freebooter is different. The battleship freebooter has 4 kinetic weapons instead of 3, and only 2 energy weapons. The battleship freebooter fires 6 energy shots and 4 kinetic shots per round. So there are differences, but not often you see an interceptor that's mostly energy weapon based. So very, very different. All right, let me go over here, and I'm hoping that when I get Hugh McDougal, I hope to have Hugh today. It'll really help. And no, graduated, I don't really have time to watch DJ's content, because DJ does like 3-hour content. If DJ did shorter content like I do, like 10-minute videos, I'd have more time. But that dude does like 4 or 5 hour streams. I don't have time. I mean, that entire time I'm doing my own work. So trying to use 5 to speed up my rep grind, but just end up blowing up way faster and getting less rep per hole. Okay, Daniel. I don't know what you want to say. 5 was never a replacement for grinding. It's just like a second crew if you want a second grind. But nobody ever argued that 5 of 11 was going to be your meta change, right? Because you can run 5 Gorkon Khan and use that for, you know, another rep grinding ship. But it's never going to outperform Pipe Roach in. Your consciousness will now get turned off. So, at least you play. Well, of course I do, Dustin. Also, Dustin, I think your keyboard's broken. A Stranger World Spock and Kang are tier 5. Stranger World Pike is tier 4. Dude, that's nice, Roboski. My Kang's not maxed out yet. That's awesome that you've maxed out Kang. Mine is not maxed out yet. All right, we've got those done. So get our clicks in. All the yummy clicks. Yeah, exactly what Brian said. 5's about speed for rep grinding. You're definitely going to have a lot of trit loss. Do the new sweeps count for rep as well as dailies? They will not give you the rep, James. No, they will not give you the rep. So you'll only be completing the daily. So you would like complete the Federation Champion, and then you would get the rep from this daily. But you're not going to get the daily if you had killed 25 Federation ships. So 5 Marcus Kane works better for me versus those reds. What reds are you talking about, Marcus? What reds are you referring to? Yeah, James. So at the end of the day, if you need to rep grind, you're still going to have to go rep grind. But in terms of actually completing your regular dailies, better to, you know, you're going to save a lot of time going through this process. Let's see, what do I need to do? I think I need to, yeah, actually, I'm going to need to go do Borg. Borg or Freebooters. I need to go do Borg or Free. I actually could just do Freebooters. I still need to do Borg today. So, I think I forgot to finish yesterday's. Haven't been checking out the streams in a while. I gotta say the beer's looking good. Thank you, BMN. I appreciate that. Kind words are always appreciated. I'm not necessarily even growing it out for a reason. I haven't shaved. I haven't shaved in like a month and a half. Darren, we spent the first hour of the show discussing Freebooter Cruise. Short answer is I'll have a video out today after the stream. As soon as the stream ends in about 30 minutes, I'm start finishing up my video and then releasing that hopefully within 3 hours. So go over here. Let's see. I collected these already because this people talk about the pips. These pips are broken. The pips for the gift chest stuck. So yay, bugs. But for the Actian hostiles, for Actians, I use 5-4 Ston and then Strange New World Law below decks. And when I get Hugh, I'll put Hugh below decks as well. But Strange New World, Law below decks, and then 5-4 Ston. What I do for my Apex hunting. Yeah, in terms of bugs, Graduated, if that's like the worst thing that came this month, I'm not really complaining. I don't have Tau, John, because I don't like spending a lot of money. So I don't have Tau. I don't like spending money. As you can see at the top here, my house needs a very expensive repair. So while I do spend here and there, I budget for it. I do try to budget for it. As you can see, money goes somewhere else. Let's see. Sorry, just checking my email. All right. Yeah, I need one shard. One shard I have Tau. I use for War Card Season 3, Bev Crusher B for below decks. I'll be honest, man. I don't think that Bev card's very good. I'll scroll down to the bottom. We're going to go find our brand new Bev card, but here you go. Organ donor increases the amount of broken parts you get from killing hostiles 10%. It's meh. I mean, I would throw that down on the very end of my... Like, if I had 9 ship slots, I'd throw it down at the very end. So, I'd throw it down at the very end. It's not very important. Now, if I have the slot, sure. Like, if I'm using Pipe Roach in, and I'm grinding high-level hostiles, sure. But, like, I'm not going to make space for her. If I don't need the slot, then I'll use her. I don't need the slot, I'll use her. Thank you, Nightbot, for dropping the merch link. If you do want to support the channel, but actually get something for supporting the channel, check out our merch store. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, all kinds of things. Yeah, new Picard episode tomorrow. Remember, do not drop spoilers. No spoilers. We don't allow spoilers in our chat. We're all Star Trek fans. At least most of us are. And we don't like spoilers. Spoilers are bad, okay? Her officer ability is better than her lower deck ability. I'll be honest, Steven, I don't think her officer ability is good either. I really don't. I think Beverly, Rare Beverly's, the new Rare Beverly is pretty trash. This is not really that big of a deal. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a better version of Khan, essentially, but not a tier 1. So, to get this, and here's why I don't really care, because until I can actually get this, it's like when Kath replaced Talon. Most people still use Talon because still to this day, most people have not gotten Kath high enough. Now, some people do, but most people don't. At tier 3, Beverly is equal to Khan's 5%. And then tier 4, tier 5, she's better. So. And hold on, let me respond to Jen real quick. All right, let's see. Come back. Oh, dang it. I lost my... Dang, where's the... There it is. There's the chat. I lost the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all are right. Woof. That's even worse. It's critical damage. Crap. That's even worse. This whole time, I was reading her as critical chance. She's critical damage. Yikes. Dang it. Even since she came out yesterday, I was seeing her as a critical chance. So she's even worse. Yeah, she's an officer slot of Odo. That's trash. That's trash. Most fights aren't long enough to take advantage of that. I will say though that she would give you a pretty damn good damage boost versus freebooters. But the problem with that is, how quickly will she outscale hull breach? Because remember, hull breach is a 1.5 multiplier on top of criticals. So criticals are calculated by taking critical damage, that percentage, and multiplying it by your regular damage. How long does it take her to overtake hull breach? Because hull breach, after you do all the critical, then you do another multiplier on top of that. And with my fights going 14 rounds, I don't know if she's going to do that. Freebooters hit 10 times a round, depending on which one we're talking about. We actually just had the hostiles pulled up. It's 10 times per round. 10 times per round. So I guess she would be okay for freebooters, specifically freebooters. But I'll be honest, I'm not going to redesign my entire cruise around Beverly. So that is T1 Bev. I guess I'm more frustrated with sourcing. There's no sourcing for these officers. So, would you prefer Borg grinding crew? The same. My crews for Borg have never changed. My crews for Borg have never really changed. Would a maxed out defense platform research help you in PvP? I mean, it would help you in base defense. That'd be it. Once max, Picard Beverly will increase broken parts by 50%. I think that's not bad. Hey, anything bonus is bonus, right, John? But I wouldn't replace an officer slot for her. So anything bonus is bonus. And as far as her for freebooters, yeah, I would need to make a log of her and do the math, but I just don't see her being very valuable. I don't really care. Picard is an interesting one. Like Admiral Picard's interesting, but he's so niche. I think that's probably my complaint about these officers this month. They're so niche, they're almost not usable. Right? Like, how often are you going to go out with an Enterprise knowing you're going to fight another Enterprise? Because that's what you would need for Admiral Picard to be useful. And for Beverly, I basically would just have to create a freebooter crew, or I could just go ahead and complete it with this crew, not swap anything around really, and do my daily and be done. So kind of meh on both of them. Your freebooter battles go 50 rounds. Fonts, change your crews, boss. Change your crews. Mine go 14, and even most high level like Ordrin, yours aren't going that long either. What crew are you using, Fonz? I think it's okay that they're niche because we're getting a grab bag of shards from older officers. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm just not going to be excited about those officers. They're just meh. Card isn't limited to explorers. Patch notes were wrong. Let's check STFC.space. Because that would change my opinion a little. No, Admiral Picard increases your ship weapon damage by X% on combat start against a player explorer. But doesn't require you to be on an explorer. Okay, that is a little bit better. Now my kind of... That is a little different. Because you don't have to have him on an explorer fighting an explorer. That is a... You still have to cherry pick fighting explorers, but it isn't as cherry picked. Isn't as cherry picked. Mirren, I love the gift tab. This is organization. I love it. I love it. So this is what I'm using. Because, I mean, you could use this as a secondary PvP crew, but I'm still at the point where until they actually improve PvP in general, I'm kind of whatever for crews. It's a very cherry-picked officer. But even then, man, then I have complaints with how strong he is, because even if I get Admiral Picard this month, I'm going to have Admiral Picard at level 1 for probably 2 years, while Wales have got a 3,000% bonus. It widens the gap. I mean, so either way, I don't like it. Either way, I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's whatever. Obviously built for Franklin A PvP events for sure. Like, you can't counter that though. There's no way to counter a 3,000% damage boost if you got somebody who went and paid to get a max Picard. There's no way to counter that. Hell, at least Strike Team has counters. So, did the Disco Mycelium be there too? I mean, I don't know, Darius. Probably not. Disco has its own turn-in and its own event. The 6 to 12 month waiting period for most new officers is tiresome, sure. But I'm not even talking about waiting to unlock them. I'm talking about the difference between maxing and minning, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see you're on. Why Scope is so greedy adding stuff to the store all the time just makes server unbalanced? Because if this game doesn't make money, this game stops. Have we found a crew better than Picard, Beverly, Chin for Freebooters? Yeah, Gray. You've missed the first whole hour of the show. Missed the whole first hour of the show. I'll have a video out later. Officers need a reliable, consistent, stated timeline. Transporter patterns. Yep. Sure. Never going to happen. But yeah. I should stop thinking, because on the weekend I was like, I wonder when they're going to add another research tree. I don't mind the new research tree though. It isn't even full of power creep. I don't mind the new research tree. Most research trees that come out are full of power creep, and this one's not. So I've honestly got no problem with it. We go ahead and collect all of our boxes from our spenders in this alliance. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate the kind words. It's very, very nice of you to say. I don't know why I'm still grinding. I've completed this already. I'm just trying to blow up my Franklin, apparently. The research tree is found by itself, but it's going to take free-to-play a long time to get to the end of it. That's the same for every tree, Darren. Thankfully, the free-to-play, the ones they care about the most, are in the very front. It takes less than a week to get to any of the ones in the front. These are the ones people care about the most. Swarm, less than a week. These sweeps, less than a week. So, I mean, every research tree. Hell, I've been doing territory since it came out, and I've still not reached the end of the territory. Battle Pass payout was off, but has since been fixed. For anybody that collected it before the fix, I'm pretty sure Scopely is going to do some type of comp. So, here's a $100 Battle Pass is skinnier this month. They took out 12K Ultra tokens at a minimum. Nope. I honestly don't pay attention to a lot of $100 packs, y'all. Remember, I'm not the spending content creator. Like, I'm not the one that drops, several $100s a month. So I don't pay a lot of attention to packs. I would say the main difference that I can notice in this one immediately is that it includes ex-borg credits, which is probably where any redirected value went. I see ex-borg credits here. So, Justin, thank you for signing up to support the channel, Be a Cadet. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. That's actually very, very kind of you. Also want to give a shout out to Jean-Paul. Jean-Paul just donated to support the family, and Ramon did as well. Thank you to both of y'all. Using the donate links to support, I will put those here real quick, because I do like to record everybody that helps the channel, because it is Very appreciated. So let me update it real quick and just say a big thank you. So Jean-Paul sent and updated. And then thank you to Ramon as well. Both of y'all supporting content creators. Really appreciate that. That's extremely generous of you to support me and my family. Thank you. Thank you again. So, yeah, Wrathbomb, we talked about that earlier. I had it wrong. Do the attrition researchers completely remove rep loss? They do not completely remove rep loss, no. They work just like the exocomps do. They do not completely remove the loss. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? For Discord, do you pin any player-made ARC event calendars or place them anywhere specific? Yeah, if I see them. I haven't seen one for this month yet. We do have the website one, and that's up. So here's the website one on stfc.ovh, which is one of the sites that we've been using for a long time. But yeah, you got this calendar up. I haven't seen one come out yet for a graphic. Somebody's probably made one and I've just missed it. But got the website. And I'll just type that in here into the chat. stfc.ovh for those that have never seen it before. Is there a better place to grind Fed rep than Tiger Core? Yeah, Deep Space. Deep Space. Do you know much about the person who created it? Yeah, I do, Tib. I did a whole video about them. Probably about a year and a half ago now. Yeah. Varian's, he's in my Discord. Ready for the next season to kick off for Strange New World? Nice, Brad. Same. Though I really need to watch Mandalorian. Mandalorian has started its new season. I need to watch it too. Solar says, no, it's a $100 pack, but it's the rare dog avatar. We get it in the $20 battle pass at the end. Is that normal for those to get the $100 buck pass? I don't know. I can bring that up. See, what you're saying is, no. I'm pretty sure the one in the battle pass is the hailing frequency, not the avatar. You get the avatar here, and then if you go to the battle pass, I'm pretty sure that's a hailing frequency. Come on over here. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the hailing frequency. Yeah, this is the hailing frequency. Why the graphics not showing up right, I don't know. But so you get the avatar in the $100 purchase, and then the hailing frequency is what you get at the end of the battle pass. Oh yay. Oh yay. I wonder if I need another update. I might need an update. But anyway, you get this at the end of the battle pass. Is there somewhere we can see the animations before we go after them? Yeah, right here. Oh, counters on. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Good thing I didn't have anything bad on there. But yeah, if you want to see what hailing frequencies look like, you just click on your ship, click on your hailing frequency button right next to your main panel. It's right here. See this? Click this. Yeah, Sean, I loved it. I don't care about the Giants, but it's a good chat. So click this. And I think I need an update because I've got the graphics all messed up. So you can click them over here. Scheming. Oh, that's a nice. I don't have that one. The Disruptor one. Pew pew. Then you got Sarcastic Kurt, which I do like. The Valentine Tribble, which we'll get what? Or we could have got last month. I didn't get it, obviously. The Alpha 177K9. He's kind of adorable. Odo in a bucket. That one's pretty neat. Odo in a bucket's pretty neat. Then you got the Resistance is Futile. So anyway, those are your hailing frequencies. There are your hailing frequencies. Some of those are pretty neat. Why don't the extra comps for board grinding bonus work for the Talios? I've never noticed before. Because they specifically say for the Vidar. And that's just how they're set up. The Talios does have exocomps, but the Talios exocomps are sourced through these stupid expansion cubes. Through the really stupid expansion cubes that nobody really likes. So, All right, let's I need to turn on another research. Go back to Starbase. I have a ton of these that I've obviously not been focusing on. Do this one. Yeah, very stupid. I don't even participate in them. Like, until they do a massive update to make them better, I'm not even participating. So, expansion cube drops Talios loot bonus exos. Yeah, it does. So if you actually come, so the expansion cube doesn't, but the actual, if you go to the Borg section and you come over here and look at the expansion cube exchange, right there, Badar Talios loot drop exos, right here. See it? Now, just to reiterate, I think expansion cubes suck. They're not Starbase level suck, but they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. But there is a Talios exocomp locked behind this expansion cube turn-in. So, and I will say real quick that this, I actually don't have a problem with the refinery here. This turn-in's not bad. It's the expansion cube loop itself that's terrible. The payouts of this are actually pretty good, but the mechanic itself sucks. The payouts for the expansion cube rewards are really nice. It's just the mechanic itself is horrible. Expansion cubes just aren't fun. They're not a fun part of the game, so that's why I ignore them. Even though the rewards are really nice if you go through that, they're not fun. I think assaults is going to be the metric by which all sucking is measured for quite some while. Assaults is one of the only things in this game that's ever gotten like a pure F. So it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. I do need to go do. I actually need to go do some Borg grinding. So yeah, I've got all those there. Let me just swap these out real quick. Get a ship that's got 9 slots. All right, so we're going to do this, that. Oh wait, I don't need to do that. So put that there. Boop. And Strange New World Laan is, where is she? Strange New World Laan, where are you, ma'am? Ma'am, where you at? There she is. And we'll just swap Ortegas. And I think I've got, no, I don't have 4 slots. That's not gonna be enough. It's only a tier 3 Talios. I'm not even gonna fool that. I don't care. Not even gonna care. Oh, let's go do a grind at some point. But we're almost to the end of the stream, and I've got to get started ready for a video, so I'm gonna answer any questions that we have here. Anyone know if 35 plus players will even get regular old Borg Armada events anymore? What do you mean? I don't understand. Brad, what's the score on the officer tab for? That is for the mess hall. The mess hall, the leveling of the mess hall, and like how high you can take it is based on your crew level. So that's what the crew level is for. So, after taking a page from Harry Potter, assaults get a T for troll. Nice, nice. The old Borg Armadas that use a single Armada token to start in Borg space, those are obsolete, and the goal has really been to move away from them. So, any word on Strange World on long-term sourcing? Nope, not at all. What is up with having to go through multi-phase, multiple screens to claim gifts? I love the better sorting of this, personally. It makes it way more organized, but I understand that not everybody likes that. I have no idea when Tau will be free to playable, Aditya. I have no clue. No clue. Think they'll do anything to make Doomsday Armadas heavy importance? Not really, no. Doomsday Armadas were created for one loop. That was the original series, and since have not really been used. They'll get thrown into random events, but this was a big old waste of time. Yeah, Paulo, I don't really care, to be honest with you. You know, I would prefer it be organized than me scrolling through a bunch of crap that's unorganized. That's me. You know, when the Fisha skin will be available for free? No time soon. It just came available. To buy, it'll come out sometime this month. I'm not sure when exactly, but a free route to it, No time soon. We'll crew for freebooters, legal arsons. I spent the whole first hour doing that, so just wait for the video to come out, my friend. I have to say, as a 46-year-old guy, I like the organization as well. I would click on things and forget where they were from day to day. I'm really big on organization. Like, the introduction of buckets is one of the things that I've loved that they've done. Like, I love that the mess hall has its own bucket system. I really like that. You know, I mean, I love that my dailies have a bucket. I love that my Cerritos has a bucket. It just makes it easier for me than scrolling through the masses of all kinds of stuff going on. I like that a lot more. So, here's made the icons smaller and tiled them in 3 rows. But then that would have been harder to see on a mobile device. At the end of the day, it is still a mobile game. I'm all for cleanliness and order. Same. I like it. Do the events with officers' names on them, reward charged for that officer. If so, how many? Not always, no. What specifically are you talking about? Because there's no events like that right now. What are you talking about? You'll see any more events for Talos loving? Probably not, no. Oh, the rescue the crew events? So there's a leaderboard for... Let me find the leaderboards real quick. So let's see what the 11th, recruit a Picard officer, spend materials and directives. Those will have the leaderboard that's coming, which we still got to fight for there to be an SMS because there's not a planned SMS. There's a leaderboard coming for them, and yes, those will pay out. And then like Dr. Crusher's favors, I don't know if they pay out or not. I'll have to ask. But the recruit SLBs will, of course, pay out the officers. And those are spend events. There are also ticket events, which I'm excited about. I like ticket events. And yeah, I'll follow up about the midweek SMSs, like on the 15th, for Dr. Crusher's favors. Just to see. I'll follow up. How about that? You like that? The rare Doomsday enabled TOS recruit pools. Correct, Looney. That's why we used to do them. Because it was a sourcing for the officers during that arc, but it no longer is the case. So where are they at? Where's some of the armadas? Here's one. So if you come over here, the Doomsday Fissures do still pay out the currency needed, but this currency was used to source the TOS officers during their arc. This salvaged horn. But has not been a thing for a long time. Have not been a thing for a long time. And what will the brackets be? I'm pretty sure the brackets for this month are the same brackets that you just had for the Gold Ducat last week. Is my imagination, do they add a couple more Doomsday systems? Imagination, I'm pretty sure they've not touched Doomsday systems in years. You're talking about this? This isn't a Doomsday system, is it? Well, Bertha is. I don't think they have. Anyway. Oh, wait, TOS officers have permanent sourcing now. They've added? I never pay attention if they've added Doomsday. I mean, I wouldn't care if they added Doomsday. So, all they did recently was unlock the warp pass to some of the grind systems. Sure. Yeah, I don't pay attention to Doomsday. This has been a dead piece of content for a long time. Every now and then you'll have to kill them, you know, like what, once or twice a month just because they'll make it a battle pass event. But any way of sourcing Damar shards? Nope. Damar and every other strike team officer is locked behind incursions. The design for them was always to have incursions be primary sourcing for the Mantis and for the strike team officers. However, they underestimated how much they can make that event suck and break it. So right now there's no sourcing for those officers at all, besides when events will come around that are spend events. Doomsday used to be good ship XP before I was able to hunt exchange transports. Nice. Gold Ducat SMS was stupid. Yeah, it was a non-marked heroic, and I have brought that up many times. Many times I've brought it up. Does Prime Charge Nanoprobe still work in the Talos Refinery? Yes. Yes. As you can see in mine, I've got the active one. I don't have the charge, but I got these primes when I had the Vidar. They do persist. What's your thoughts on possibly adding Borg probes to swarm dailies? I'm more trying to get, well, we've asked for Borg dailies for years, since the Borg came out over 3 years ago. But I want to get Swarm Sunday changed. That's a big one for me. I'm very big on don't like an event, don't do it. I really am. I'm very big on don't like an event, don't do it. Don't support bad mechanics. So, any Galaxy-wide PvP events this month? Nope. Pretty sure no. Pretty sure no. Last month, the Arc Runner was very PvP centric. This month, I don't believe we have that. It's not on the calendar. So, let's see. There's a Galaxy-wide PvP, less points during event though. Again, that'll be something that I don't really participate in. JC, they say they have a team working on incursions now. We'll see. We'll see. Supposedly there's an entire team devoted to working on incursions now, whereas before there wasn't a team devoted to working on incursions. So I guess we wait and see now. We wait and see. I'm just going to go back in here and do more of this. What's this one? Takeover. Not really important. So this is all for my Romulans. Base piercing stats against Cardassian targets. That's useful. What else we got here? Piercing stats against Fed ships. I do fight a ton of ROMs, so let's do that. Team are Joe, Mo, and Curly. They're also led by Shemp. All right, y'all, we're here right at 1.5 hours. I've got to wrap it up because I have got to work on the video talking about freebooters and the basics of the ex-borg faction, because I know a lot of y'all are asking about that. Normally, we'll go a little bit longer. If you want more streams, I will be streaming again tonight on Twitch. So come join the Twitch channel. I don't want to feel like I'm cutting you off. I'm not trying to, but I do want to get that content out because a lot of people are asking about it. And I want to give everybody a basic understanding of how to go and fight these crews. Real quick, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, a few different things before you leave. So please don't leave yet. Listen to what I've got to ask for you. One, in my Discord, please do me a huge favor. If you have guys, I do need a picture of running like Bev, Giorgio, Tau, because I don't have Tau. So I just need that picture of y'all hitting a very big freebooter so that I can put it in the video today. I need that. Also, like the video if you haven't already. Also, follow the channel. Also, crap, is there anything else I need for today's video? Oh, yes. If you have not completed your dailies yet, I need a screenshot of the dailies because I forgot to take one when I was making this video. I collected them during the live stream. So if y'all can help out with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who donated to the channel to help support. Y'all are all wonderful human beings. See ya tonight and see y'all in a video literally in like 2 hours. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.